Hello, guys. Uh, there are certain things that we are not taught. Not all of us, anyway. Some of us are privy to have more of a balanced beginning where we are taught what self love is, what it feels like. It's important that you realize what it feels like when you are in the environment of other people. When you know what it feels like, when you actually sense certain energy, you realize, especially when you begin small practices, when you come into the presence of a person and they say they're happy for you and they're smiling, does the energy match the smile? You know, it's important that we look at these things because people will compliment you and they will be act as though they are happy for you, but not be happy for you. When we begin to really look at the matching of the energy as well as that smile, then we become more conscious of what exactly it is that we're dealing with. Is this person a friend? Are they a foe? You know, some of us are learning these things now, whereas beforehand, if we had learned this early on, we might have been able to being in a more balanced environment. You know, I remember in high school, in the locker room where you have certain girls in the locker room and they would state how what this person looked like. This person's too skinny. This person's fat. Different observations that people made, and how we allowed those words to damage us. We allowed those words to land on us, and we took them in as if they were true. We nowadays, because we know better, we take in what it is we can handle. We set necessary boundaries so that we don't have certain people in our space when they are not exercising the right behavior. You know, in life, we are all going through our own learning experiences, and with them, we are learning to be better. We're learning how to separate ourselves from people who don't mean us well. We're looking and learning what it is to actually be who you are and to express the interest that you might have in a certain subject or matter, but also take in what it is that you will appreciate more. You see, when you love yourself, you are accepting the things that are going to help you, not hinder you. When you love yourself, you are going to give yourself the necessary things that are going to create balance in your life. And you can't be upset with a person if they set boundaries, because they're setting those boundaries because that is a healthy experience for them. If a person left your life and they felt like they needed to separate from you because you were not a healthy person in their life, that is their own right. And they have the right to choose what is best for themselves, just as you have the right to choose the right people to be in your children's lives as well. You know, the correct balance that we want is we want to, even if we're feeling a certain way, we own what we feel and we grow from the experience. Personal experience. You might go out to eat with someone and you're enjoying the meal, and the person does something that is not what you consider. You say what the person does is not appropriate for the moment. Perhaps they don't know you well enough to be able to even touch your hand. Perhaps you're not comfortable with that, and you speak up and you say, "I'm not there yet." It's important that we look at the boundaries that we are setting forth, because the same boundaries a person can set for you, another person can set for another person. Whatever the case, it's just important that we look at our lives and we say, okay, this is what's important to me. And you discuss it with the next person so that they are comfortable, or should I say they understand. And even if they don't understand, they'll have something to sit and think about. But you stated what it was that you were comfortable about, and this makes you feel more comfortable, and that makes the other person more knowledgeable of the boundaries that you're setting forth. You know, recently I gave someone an item of mine, and the item, they never kept the item, they actually sold it to someone else. Now, it's amazing to me that a person would do that when I thought the person really needed the item, you know. And this is the reason why we have to listen to our first thought, because the first thought was perhaps you should let them go to the Goodwill, or take them to the Goodwill and let them buy something off that shelf. But by you having a sincere heart, you might have wanted to impart this to this person because you felt as though they looked like and they seemed as though they needed it. We're all going through our learning points and perspectives. And during these days, I want, these days leading up to the end of the month, the beginning of the month, just observe the energy when you're talking to people, so that you will begin to be more conscious of the sincerity, because it is an important thing that you feel comfortable, that your energy is respected as well as your body, yourself. Okay, so that's been my word, because when we love ourselves, we want to make sure that we are investing in ourselves as well. So lovely being you. Enjoy your day. And thank you so much for joining us.